Hi guys, and welcome back to AJ Still Photography, and in this episode I'm going to be doing a review of this bad boy, the Sigma 150-600 contemporary lens. Let's get into it. So Sigma brought a lens out a while ago. I think it's about 5 or 6 years. I've had this for 4 years now, and I've decided to do a review about it. What do I use it for? Well, mainly wildlife, as you would expect, seeing as the cover that's on it. It's well used. I've used it with 2 cameras. I've now got my D500 onto it, which I use all the time. But before I had this, I was using a D5300, 24 megapixel camera from Nikon. So, what to say about the lens? Well, I've got all this wrote down, so excuse me, because I can't remember it all. So, with the D500 as it is now, everything on it, it basically weighs just over 3 kilograms. And you might not think that's a lot, but if you're walking around all day with this round your neck, it gets weighty. Which, for me, isn't a problem, but if you've got a bad back or you suffer a little bit from, the things we all get when we're getting older, me included, a bit of arthritis or something like that, it can get a bit heavy. Well, like I say, I've had it for 4 years. I've walked 15 miles with it around my neck. What I usually tend to do is have this over this shoulder, and then I have a side bag with my other bits and bobs in, battery, other lens, tripod mount, stuff like that on my other. So it balances it out a bit. So that's what I do anyway. So that's the weight. The actual lens itself without the camera attached is basically 1830 grams. So 1,830 grams, which is still pretty hefty. Its range is basically, as it is now at 150, it's f 5.6. If you take it up to fully extended, the lowest you can go is 6.3. So that's basically the full length of it. So when it's like this, and this is all on there, and it's away, this is just a lens mind. Lengthwise, you're talking 26 centimeters. So 26 centimeters from here to where the lens starts. With the hood on, basically it's 33.5 centimeters. So that's from here to here. So putting it as in this into a bag with a camera attached is, I've found most, there is some big ones out there, camera bags won't fit it in this configuration. You'd have to basically fold the lens hood in, detach the camera for it to sit in something. But most of the time, unless I'm travelling, it's sat beside me on my camera, in the car, just in case you come across a kestrel or something like that on the side of the road that you can stop to and get hold of. So fully extended, again from end of the lens, it's fully extended, basically is 41.5 centimeters, and that's again from here to here. So it's quite long, you know what I mean? It is a big piece of kit, and a heavy piece of kit. So, things about the lens itself. I'll probably show you the buttons and everything and what they do actually via a photo, because it's easier. Because I'm not taking this off, because this is a pain in the bum to get off and a pain in the bum to get on. That's why it stays on. But the lens itself, personally, for the price point, and I've never checked on what other lenses are, but you can pick this up still brand new for £749. Now I'm sure actually that's gone up in price, because I'm sure it was £739 when it first came out. So I might be wrong, Don't quote me on that. But I got mine for $739. So that's $739 for 150 to 600 mil. And everyone will be saying, yes, but is it sharp? Is it as good as the Nikons? Having never used them, the Nikons that is, I can't give you that. But what I can show you is the photos that I've been getting with this lens, with the D5300 and my Nikon D500. So at least then you'll be able to see what you're going to get by marrying the two together. So I'll show you some photos, I'll tell you a bit about them, so at least you've got something to look at that I've been using this for the last 4 years with. Now these photos vary in quite a lot of things. I have wildlife there, I have air shows there, I've got car races on there, and a lot of other things. But I'll skip through the photos. It's just to show you what you can do with this lens. Yeah. The wife usually sets me out a task every year. My first year, when I got this, my task alone was to take a photo of a kingfisher, because I'd never got one. Seen them flying 1,000 miles an hour, or they seemed to, but I never actually got one until I got this. When it comes down to other things for this lens, you can get it. What I've got on here, which is a bit of camo. So if you're doing wildlife, you can get them, and you can get them at anything from, I don't know, 20 quid. I paid £39 for mine. I can't even remember where I got it from, but it's neoprene. It does what it says on the tin. It's on there, and it's, you know what I mean, it protects the lens. You can also buy a dock for it, which will update the lens for its firmware and stuff like that. Also, you can change a few things in it, customize it. So it has a couple of custom settings and things like that on it. So let's get into the photos. Right guys, so these are the photos that we're talking about. These are taken with the D5300 and the Sigma lens. Some of them have been, I would have thought, used a monopod with them. Some of them are handheld. The ones with the monopods are probably going to be the owls. Everything else is handheld. So I'm just going to skip through these quite quickly, just to show you what you can get with these. Some of the images have been processed or cropped, but we'll go into that. So, right guys, these are some of the images that I've spoke about. These are taken with a D5300. Some of them have been on a monopod, but most of them are handheld. I'm just going to skip through the photos just so you can see what you're getting, or what you can get with the D5300 attached to the Sigma. Straightforward tiger. Same again, tigers. These were taken at South Lake Safari Zoo, RSP Saltholm. That was taken. Like I say, these aren't cropped or anything. I mean, you can see, pretty noisy, but that's ISO 1100. But they are sharp. That was my first kingfisher, and that has been cropped. White throat, again unprocessed, nothing done to it. A bit noisy, but maybe the kestrel. Computer work out itself. Again, this has been cropped, but you can see what you can get with the lens. These, I think all these have been cropped, and yeah, they have cropped and processed. That definitely has, and all that for a fact. That definitely has. That definitely has. Computer catch up. So computer, I do apologise. Again, cropped.
considering it hasn't actually been cropped that much. But when I'm zooming in here, I'm zooming in on 1:1. So, you know what I mean? You're never going to crop that far in regardless. Again, Tiger. You know what I mean? It's for the price point, 749 quid or 739 depending. I mean, you might get it cheaper. I didn't look. I just looked. I did a Google search today before I did this video just to see what it's retailing at, and to buy it new, I think if you can get it, it's about 739. I mean, but that's not bad. And I am shooting for a wire fence, I think, if I remember rightly. So they're the ones with the D5300. Now the ones with the D500. Again, these are taken with the D500. Let me see. That definitely is. Red Kite, Bellymac Farm. Again, Red Kite, Bellymac Farm. These are all taken Sigma. I've put this in. I know it's not a fantastic photo, but it's basically I'm trying to show what it's capable of. This is a low light situation. I think I'm on ISO 4000. Sorry, ISO 8000. I'm not even at full extension either. I'm only at 550, 6.3. But yeah, you know what I mean. The lens itself, for me, probably one of my best kingfisher shots. But that's, you know what I mean. That's pretty sharp. I'm just gonna jump into, you know, crop. So there you go. That's the size of the photo I started out with, and basically I've cropped it to that, and you can see how sharp it is. I mean, that's lovely. That great photo. Well done, John. F9, ISO 320, 600mm, 1.4. So you know what I mean. It's as lenses go. If you can't afford the Nikons or the Nikons, then for a wildlife lens, fantastic. It's never missed a heartbeat. One of my all-time favourite owl shots. It has been straightened a bit. Once the computer sorts itself out, all this disappears. Yeah. Kestrel, Mac Loop. Unfortunately, when I was there, no jets went through, but there you go. Waxwing. But like I said, you know what I mean? This lens is styling in the back garden in lockdown. For me, this lens, bar now, this was only taken a couple of days ago, and I'm still using this lens day in, day out. There you go, guys. Photos taken with Nikon D500 and what I'm reviewing, which is a Sigma contemporary lens 150 to 600.
So guys, you've seen the images, what you can get with the Sigma 150 600 contemporary. For its price point, for me personally, it was the ideal thing to go into. Now I know there's lots of other lenses out there for wildlife photography. You can get the 300 PF. I can't remember the pricing of them, but there's a 500 PF, which are smaller lenses and lighter, which have only been out for about a year. But for the price point for me, when I first bought this lens, which is 4 years ago now, you can't beat it. £739 to get 150 to 600mm zoom lens. Yes, it's a bit weighty. Yes, it can really pull on your shoulder depending on how you're carrying it. If it's tripoded and you're walking around, it's not a problem for me personally. Thing about tripods, make sure that your tripod is a bloody good one, because if it's light and flimsy, it'll go. It's a heavy piece of kit. Like I said to you, 3 kilos, just under, to have a quick check. Yeah, just over 3 kilos, and that's with a D500. If you put anything bigger than that on, it's going to be more weighty. And once this is extended, it's really front heavy. So if you're putting it on a tripod, make sure that the tripod is a bloody good one, because otherwise it will go. Okay. Handheld, it's a nice lens. It's balanced with my thingy on it. You know what I mean? My hand's there. It's a nice lens to basically be pointing around and thingy in. The only thing I'd say is, and I've done it a few times, people who are around you, if you're panning and watching things, don't get too close to people. Like I say, it sticks out quite a bit. Total length with my camera on it, so this is away from my face, got my tape measure, 48 centimetres. So you're talking half a bloody metre. Half a metre you need around you to zoom around. So if you're at the air show or something like that, which I've never been with my D500, hopefully this year, if it doesn't get rained off again, and we can get out because of COVID. Basically, this lens, you know what I mean, I've knocked the wife a few times, the kids have got in the way a few times when we've been at places. So it's a big piece of kit to lumber around. Personal recommendation, if you haven't got the 3 or 4 grand to buy a bigger lens or a Nikon lens, go for it. Buy one second hand, get the dock for it. With the dock, you can personalise it, you can customise it. Now, my recommendation is at the 600mm mark, it's a little bit soft. Okay, so it's not as sharp as you would like it at 600mm. But with the dock, what you can do is you can dial it back by, say, 5%. So you could take it up. It'll still say that it's shooting at 600mm. Yeah, I'm on a crop sensor as well, remember, so it takes it up to 900. Anyway, you can dial it back a little bit. It makes it a little bit sharper at the top end. So at 600mm, which is really, even if you said 575mm, it just brings it back a bit and it's a little bit sharper. And that's what I've done with the dock, just to bring it back. Plus there's other customizable things in there you can do. The docks are £39 still, and you just download some software, you plug your computer, the dock goes basically where your camera goes, just things in, you turn it on, it connects to it, and you can just play around with it. It saves it firmware and stuff like that, as you would do with your camera. So there you go, guys. £739. Just repeat that, £739. At that price point, it's a bloody bargain, especially for some of the photos that you've seen from me. Now, I'm not the best photographer, don't get me wrong, never said I am, but some of the photos I've got with this are fantastic. Some of the ones at the air shows are brilliant. I mean, they were with a 5300, so you're talking 5 frames a second. This does 10. I'm going to do a review on this soon as well. D500, that is. So if you haven't got a couple of grand to spend on a big lens, or you don't want to go second hand market for £400 or £500, save the money and get one of these. I would, I did, and I've never looked back. And like I say, it's still my go-to lens if I'm going out, which I mean, I was out last night with it, taking photos of a barn owl, and basically you can't beat it. So there you go, guys. If you want to look at the photos a bit more in depth, I will put a link down to them so you can go to my ClickASnap account and have a quick look at them. So instead of just seeing them on the screen, you can zoom into them, have a proper look at them. I will edit them all, so they're all edited like I'd post them anywhere, so you're not going to get the raw file, you're going to get the processed file. But if I can process them, so can you. So there you go, guys. Sigma 150-600 contemporary lens. That's a review. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Laters.